In this video, I'll give you an in-depth walkthrough of my life operating system that me and 2,000 other people are using every single day in order to manage our entire life and save an extra 10 hours every week. From habits, tasks, and projects to notes, goals, and finances. This all-in-one system allows me to track the progress of my projects, which can each contain multiple tasks and notes. I can view all of my tasks, projects, and meetings on my Notion calendar, which allows me to easily time block my days. I have a page on my phone that I can use while I'm on the go to capture my notes, tasks, expenses, and also mark my habits as complete. I have a habit tracker where I can have specific habits for specific days that will show my daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly, and yearly progress, as well as an accountability partner that will show me what habits and tasks I still need to complete for the day. And I can organize my entire life using Tiago Forte's para-organization framework. This LifeWise dashboard that I'm about to show you has truly changed my life and helped me turn my procrastination into focus, and has helped thousands of other people do the exact same. If you don't want to spend 69 plus hours building your own life management system inside of Notion and just want a done for you Notion system that you can use every single day in order to streamline your life, increase your productivity and focus, and save an extra 10 hours per week, then make sure you go to lifewisedashboard.com or just click the first link in the description. The timestamps for this video will be on the screen now, as well as in the description below, in case you want to skip around, and feel free to use what you see as inspiration for your own life operating system. And with that out of the way, let's jump into my LifeWise dashboard. Alright, so first I'm going to just give you a high-level overview of everything that's included inside of this dashboard, including all of these individual templates, and then I'm going to show you how to use each of these systems. Alright, so we're going to start off on the left-hand side with a clock widget because, it looks nice. Then we have a note section. You can click this button and it will add a new note. This is also synced with the page on your phone. So when you're on the go, you can just pull up this page, add in a new note, and then when you're at your computer again, you can just take this and you can turn it into a task or a project or do with a note what you want. Then we have the accountability partner, which is linked to this habit tracker, which I'll get to later. We have an addiction tracker, and then we also have an areas database where you can organize and basically just group all of your individual Notion templates and systems in order to clean up your sidebar and to just keep everything organized and clutter-free inside of your Notion workspace. And as for the individual templates, we have a client relationship management system, a finance tracker to keep track of your income, expenses, and subscriptions, a meetings database to keep track of all your meetings, a bullet journal, goal tracker, skill tree, meal planner to track your macros, fitness planner to track your workouts and weight, a notebook to manage all of your notes, a bookshelf to manage all the books that you're currently reading or still want to read, the phone notes page, which I'm going to show how to add as a widget on your phone, and then we also have the archives page for all the pages that you're not currently using anymore and all the inactive templates. And then on the right hand side, we have this habit tracker where you can see your daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly, and yearly progress. You have this quick create section where you can quickly create new database entries. You have a project and task management system, as well as a calendar in order to see your tasks, projects, habits, and finances. And you can also click on this open calendar button in order to add your databases to your Notion calendar, which you can also link to your Google Calendar and your Apple Calendar. So instead of having multiple different calendars, you just have Notion Calendar, which is linked to all of them, and you can choose what you want to show, and you can also create new database entries directly from your Notion calendar. Alright, so now let's start going through each of these individual systems, starting with the habit tracker. The way this habit tracker works is if it's a new week, you just click on this button and it will add a new week to your habit tracker, and then you just click on a day. So today is Friday. I'm just going to click on Friday, and then inside you'll find all of your habit buttons, your daily tasks, as well as a productivity journal where you can log your energy, mood, and also your productivity for the day. Now, before I add anything to this habit tracker, just notice this accountability partner. So here on the left, it says, "Good day, Chris. Here's a quick overview of your day so far." And depending on the time of day, it will say good morning, good day, or good evening. And in order to change your name, you just click inside the accountability partner and you change your name here. There's absolutely no formulas for you to update throughout this entire dashboard. So don't worry about that. You just change your name here. And if I open this back up, then here you'll see it says, "Seems like you don't have any tasks for today. Looks like you have not added your daily habits yet." Now, if I go ahead and click on this button, which will add today's date to Friday, then here on the accountability partner, you'll see that it shows up. So your daily habit progress for Friday is 0%. You still need to complete the following habits. There's no good habits for you to complete today, and there's no bad habits to overcome for today yet. And then after adding today's date, you want to click on this button to link today to a week. So in this case, it's linking to week 17, which is from April 22nd to April 28th, but it's currently the 3rd of May. So I'm just going to remove this. And every week, every Monday, you would just update this. So just edit this button, and then you click on this, and then you just remove the previous week, and then you add in the next week. So in this case, it's week 18. Click on done. And now if I click on add week, it will automatically link Friday to week 18. And the reason for linking a week is because now if I go back, I can also see my weekly progress, my monthly progress, my quarterly progress, and also my yearly progress for the habits that I complete during this week. So after adding today's date and also linking your week, you want to click on these buttons to add your habits. Or if you have specific habits for specific days, then you just select your day here and it will automatically add your habits to this day. Now, before I go ahead and add my good and bad habits for today, the good habits being the habits I want to add to my life and the bad habits being the ones I want to remove, I'm first going to open up this page and then I'm going to edit these buttons. So if you're using specific habits for specific days, then obviously you want to edit these buttons, but I'm just going to use these. So I'm going to edit this button and then here you'll be able to see all of your habits. So at the moment we got meditate, workout and journal. So if I want to add a new habit, all I have to do is I just click on these three dots, click on duplicate below, and then here I just rename this. So I'm just going to do read, and that's pretty much it. And if you want to remove habits, just click on these three dots, click on delete, and that's pretty much how you add or remove habits. And just make sure that the date property has the today dynamic option selected. And for the day relation, you have this page selected. But if you duplicate habits like this and you just rename them, then you don't have to worry about that. But yeah, just make sure that these are selected. Otherwise, it's not going to show up on this day. And yeah, when you've added your habits, just click on done. And now I'm going to go ahead and click on good habits and it will automatically add those 4 habits to this day. And as you can see for Friday, I got meditate, workout, journal, and read. And on our accountability partner, these 4 habits are also showing, and it's also showing good habits, 0 out of 4 complete. And if you're going to have the same habits every single day, then you're just going to use these buttons and you can actually just delete all of these. Otherwise, if you're going to have specific habits for specific days, then you just edit each of these individually. So for example, for Monday, it's only meditate. And then for Tuesday, it might be meditate and workout. So you just add the habits that you want for each specific day. And then for Friday, for example, I would just click on Friday and it does the exact same thing, except it just adds those specific habits to Friday. And for the bad habits, it's exactly the same. So you just edit this button to add or remove your habits. And then you just click on this button to add your bad habits that you want to remove from your life to your day database. And then you'll see that it will also show up inside of the accountability partner. Now, at the moment, for our good habits, we got 2 meditate and 2 workout database entries. So if you want to remove it, if you accidentally clicked twice or something like that, all you do is you just click on this unlinked page and it will remove these habits. Now, in order to mark your habits as complete, you just click on these checkboxes. And as you can see here, the progress bar is updating. So the top one is the total daily habit progress. This green one is your good habit progress. The red one is your bad habit progress. And then here on the accountability partner, you'll also see your daily habit progress for Friday is 33%. I can uncheck these and you'll see that it updates and it also changes color. So it goes from red to pink to purple to blue and then to green. And if I keep marking these as complete, you'll see that they are being removed here. So good habits, 3 out of 4 habits complete. And then bad habits, same thing, 1 out of 2 complete. Only these are left. And if I mark all of my bad habits as complete, I get this nice message that says, nice job, looks like you're stronger than your bad habits. And if I mark all of my good habits as complete, I get a message that says, good job, you're slowly becoming the person you know you could be. And if I mark all of my habits as complete for the day, then I get this message that says, well done, you're clearly disciplined and focused on improving your life. Keep it up, Chris. And now that we have some data to work with, I can close out the Friday. And if I now go to the weekly view, then you'll see my weekly progress. If I go to the monthly view, you'll see the monthly progress, quarterly progress, and also the yearly progress. So that's the main habit tracker covered. There's obviously a lot more to the system, like for example, the productivity journal, weekly, monthly, quarterly, and yearly reviews. You can also add a new year to this habit tracker, but I'll cover that a little bit later. First, just want to show this addiction tracker. So for this addiction tracker, here you want to replace this with whatever the bad habit is that you need to remove from your life. So this is like the one thing that's preventing you from leveling up. You already know what that is. I don't need to tell you. It's most likely the thing you're thinking about. You just want to add that in here. So let's say, for example, it's alcohol. You just add that in. And then here you'll be able to track your progress. So if I successfully don't drink any alcohol for the day, then I just go here and mark these days as complete, which will update the weekly progress and also the monthly progress. So this addiction tracker has 90 days, 12 weeks, 3 months, because 3 months is usually enough time to kick a bad habit. If not, then just add more months, add more weeks, and then you're good to go. And then here inside of this monthly view, you can just click on month 1, and then here you'll be able to see all 4 weeks, and you can see their progress. If I mark this as complete, then you'll be able to see that the progress bar is updating. And if you go inside of the last view, then here you'll be able to set the dates for the weeks. So if you get this dashboard, you just want to go here, go through all 12 weeks, and then just set dates for them, like set the start and end date. So at the moment, we're inside of this week, as you can see here, which is why the week 1 is showing up on this first view. And if I go here, select week 2, then here you just want to select the second week. So from the 6th end date until the 12th, and then you just click on this button, Week 3, same thing. And then you basically just give dates to all of them. So you just give a start and end date to all 12 weeks, and then they will automatically show up on this first view. All right, so now that we've done the habit tracking, let's go ahead and start the project and task management. So for the project and task management system, there are 3 ways to create a new project or task. You can either use these buttons inside of the quick create section to automatically create and open up a new project or task. You can click on new inside of the project and task database, and you can also double click on a day in order to create and open up a new task or project. Now let's go to the projects database and open up this project and then just give it a name. So I'm just going to call it project 1. And then here you'll be able to see your project's progress. You'll be able to add a due date, which will make it show up on the calendar at the bottom. And you can also see an overview of your project. So if I click out of this project, I can go to the calendar view and I can go to the projects view, and here I'll be able to extend the length of this project in order to give my project an end date. Each project can contain multiple tasks, and there are multiple ways to add tasks to your projects. The first way is to open up the project, go to add tasks here at the bottom, and here you can just simply select the tasks that you want to add. And as you can see here, we now got a progress bar, and the overview section is also updating, and I can mark this task as complete, and you'll see that the progress bar is now 100%. The second way to add tasks to a project is to simply just go to your task database, and then here you can just click on this pencil icon in order to edit this database entry, and then here you can click on add projects, and then you simply just link your task to this project. And then the last way is to simply just open up your task database entry, and then here at the bottom you click on add projects, and then just select the project that you want to link your task to. Now let me also add the other tasks to this project, so I'm just going to go to the task calendar, and then here you'll be able to see that this task is now related to this project. And then I'm also going to open up this task, click on add projects, and then just add this one as well. And now if I mark this task as complete, you'll see that the project 1 progress bar is now showing 50%, and the overview is showing 1 completed task and 1 uncompleted task. And when you complete all the tasks for a project, so if I go here and just mark the second task as complete, you'll see that the finished project has disappeared and it is now underneath the done view. So here inside of this view, you'll see all of your completed projects as well as their dates. And inside of this first view, you'll see all of your active projects. So let's just quickly go ahead and mark this task as incomplete in order to bring our project back. And then I'm also going to move this task to today in order to make it show up on the today view. So this first view inside of the task database is showing all of today's tasks. And here on the calendar, you'll be able to see all of today's tasks as well as all the tasks for this week and for the month. And you can also plan everything out in the future. And you can also extend them by just dragging them like this. And then you can give your task a start and end date. And if you want to see your tasks and projects on the same calendar, you can just click on open calendar and it will automatically add these databases to your Notion calendar. So as you can see, our task has been added. And if I go back into Notion, go to projects, click on open calendar, now our projects database is also added to our Notion calendar. And now here inside of Notion calendar, I can go ahead and time block my task. So let's say, for example, I want to do this task at 1 p.m. I can just drag it in. And let's say it's going to take 2 hours. I can just extend this and you'll see that it's from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. And I can also rename this. So let me just do task 1. And now if I go back to Notion, then you'll see that here on our task view, this task is now called task 1. And if I click inside of this, then you'll see the due date is from 1 p.m. until 3 p.m. Now I'm not going to go too deep into Notion calendar in this video, but I just want to quickly show you that you can hide your databases by clicking on this icon. You can right click on the color in order to change the color. You can click on a database entry and press E and A in order to remove the time. You can press D in order to change it to a daily view, W for a weekly view, and M for a monthly view. And whenever you want to go back to today, then just press T. And if you want to see all the other keyboard shortcuts, just press the question mark and then you can go through all of the keyboard shortcuts here. All right, now let's go back to our project and task management system. Inside of your tasks database, you have a view that shows all of your daily tasks. You have a view that shows all of your upcoming tasks. You have a view that shows all of your tasks grouped according to a project. And then you also have a view showing all of your completed tasks. This task database also has a time tracker. So inside of the today view, you can click on start log to start tracking your time. You can click on end log to end the time tracking. And then depending on the difference, so if I just go ahead and change this to a couple of minutes into the future, then you'll see that we've spent a total of 4 minutes on this task. I can also do the same for the hours, and then it will show the total hours. And I can also do this for tomorrow, and then it will show 1 day. So it will show the total minutes, hours, and days that you've spent on this task. And once this task is complete, it will change to green and also give it a checkbox. And now the last thing I want to cover for the project and task management system is going to be the template buttons. If I create a new project, then at the bottom, you'll see that we have 2 template buttons, which you set through just clicking on this drop down next to new. Here you can just create a new template and you can add in specific information. So whenever you use this template button, you can either just click and it will use it, or you can open up a new database entry, select the template button, or if you set it as default, so if I click on these 3 dots, set as default, then whenever I create a new database entry, it will automatically have this template button, which in this case just adds an icon. But if we use the YouTube one, for example, so if I just go here, set this one back as default, and then create a new project and select the YouTube template button, then you'll see that it added the icon, a name, and also content inside, which in this case is a button, but it can be literally anything. So if I go here and edit this template button and just do, for example, heading 1, then if I go ahead and create a new database entry, select this template button, then I got the icon, but I also get heading 1. So you can basically, like, if there's information that you need to load onto specific projects, or maybe it's like specific meetings or tasks, then you use template buttons. And then that's a quick way to just load the same information for new tasks, projects, or meetings. And in this case, for YouTube, if you create a new YouTube video, then most likely you'll have the same set of tasks that you need to do for every single video, which is where this default tasks button comes into play. So if I click on this, it will create new database entries inside of my task database and automatically relate them to this YouTube project. So as you can see here, I've added edit, record, and script. It shows up on my daily calendar view. If I open up YouTube, you'll see them here, and I can mark these as complete, and the progress bar will update. I can move them around. So that's a quick way to just automatically create default tasks. So in order to do that, you just go inside of the template button, click on edit, and then you just create a new button. So let me just go ahead and create a new button. And then here the action is going to be to add a database entry. So add pages to, and then you want to select your task database. You want to select the template button. So I'm going to use this YouTube one, which is just to add an icon. And then for edit property, you want to select the relation. So the project's relation, and you want to select this page. And also you want to change the date property and make this one the dynamic today option. And then you also want to add in a name. So for the name, this is going to be, for example, script. So let me just add that in. And then this button is going to be default tasks. And let me just go ahead and add an icon. I'm just going to do this one. Click on done. And now if I click on this button, it will automatically add that task to this project. So playing around with and using template buttons is definitely something I would recommend you do for all of your databases, even if it's just to automatically add icons like this, for example. You can just click on new, it will automatically add an icon, and you can always open up this database entry, delete the empty block, and then you can select one of your other template buttons. Alright, now before I walk you through each of the individual templates and systems inside of the areas database, let me first go back to the habit tracker and then cover the productivity journal, the ABC tasks, and also the reviews. So inside of each day, you have your habit buttons, which we've already covered. You have your task database, which will show today's tasks as well as yesterday's tasks. And you also have your productivity journal. So for the productivity journal, you have a nice quote. You have a button you can click to take you back to the dashboard. You can add your work and personal focus for the day. You can add in notes. You can reflect on the day. You can add in your story-worthy moment. And you can also log your energy, your mood, and also your productivity score. And as you can see here for Saturday, it added a new progress bar for our productivity score, which is 80%. And if I scroll to the top, then you'll see your energy and your mood is also added to this day. And this productivity score is also going to show on the weekly view. So you'll be able to see how productive you were throughout the week. And the same goes for the month, quarter, and year. So the idea here is every week you'd open this up and then you'd fill in your ABC tasks. So the A task is your absolute task that you need to get done before you can do anything else. The B tasks are the tasks you would like to get done, but you can only start with them once the A task is completed. And the C task is the can wait tasks, which aren't that important or urgent, but it would be nice to get them done in the next week. And since you're now familiar with template buttons, if I go in and add a new database entry, you'll see that it now has a red icon because we're using this template button. And same goes for the B tasks and also the C tasks, and they also have a type. So if I just go here and I show the type, then you'll see that for the C tasks, this one automatically has the C type, which is what your task database is going to be sorted according to. So in your task database, you're going to see your A tasks first, then your B tasks, and then your C tasks. And let me just go ahead and hide this property. And then here, you want to add in your projects if these tasks are relating to a project. So let's just relate all of them to project 1. And then we're also going to add a date property for them. So I'm going to do tomorrow. I'm going to do, let's say, Wednesday. And then for this one, I'm going to do Friday. And if I exit out of this and go to my calendar, then you'll be able to see all of your tasks has been added and scheduled for the next week. Now let's go back to this week and then open this up and go to the review section. So inside of this weekly review, you have a prompt that asks you what's the highlight of the week, how did you improve, what did you learn, what are you proud of accomplishing, what are the 3 things you're grateful for, and also why did you get a high or low productivity score. So you can actually go back to your days, you can see your weekly productivity score, and then you can sort of try to understand and reflect on why you got a low or high productivity score. and then what can you do differently next week in order to increase that productivity score. And for the monthly review, if I just go to the monthly view, click on this one, then here you'll be able to see we also got some prompts. So it's again, what is the highlight of the month? What are the important lessons that you've learned? What are the best decisions you've made? What skills did you improve? What's your top 3 goals for the next month? What's your plan for accomplishing those goals? And also, why did you get a high or low productivity score for the month? And then what can you do differently for the next month in order to increase the productivity score? And for the quarter, you again got a prompt that asks you what's the highlight of this quarter. You got a prompt that asks you how did you grow in each area of life? Health, wealth, relationships, and spirituality. What books did you read? Who helped you grow the most? What's your top 3 goals for the next quarter? How do you plan on accomplishing them? And again, the productivity score questions. And then the last one is the yearly review. So if I just go here and open this one up, then here you also have similar prompts. What's the highlight of the year? What new skills did you learn? What decision caused you to grow the most? Who helped you grow the most? How are you different from last year? What's the important lessons that you've learned? And then again with the productivity score. So how can you improve on next year in terms of your productivity? All right, now let me show you how to add this dashboard's phone notes page as a widget on your phone. All right, so on your phone, so I'm just going to just tap and hold, click on add to widget, search for Notion, select Notion, click on add to widget, and then just click on done. And then tap and hold on the widget, select your Notion workspace, and then select the phone notes page inside of your LifeOS dashboard. And now I can go ahead and click on this widget, and it will open up the phone notes page inside of Notion. So inside of this page, you can click on this button to quickly add a new note, which will sync to the note section inside of your LifeOS dashboard. You can click on this button to add a new expense to your finance tracker. You can click on this one in order to add a new task. And then here at the bottom, you have your habit buttons. So when you're on the go, you can just quickly pull up this page and click on these buttons in order to mark your habits as complete, which will update on the LifeOS habit tracker. And I'll show you exactly how to set up these buttons inside the LifeOS onboarding video when you get the dashboard for yourself. And now that I'm back on my laptop again, you can see that here is the note that we've added while we were on the go on our phone. And I can now turn this into a task, a project, or just save it to my notes database. All right, now let's go through all of the individual templates inside of this areas database. The first template is a client relationship management system where you have your pipeline for all of your clients, you have your meetings, and then you can also manage your clients' projects and tasks. So here inside of the pipeline, you can add a new person. So let's do John, for example. And then if I just open this page, here you can link John to a service. So you can add your services. So let's do, for example, content creation. You can add a value, so how much he's paying you. And then you can add in communication. So how are you communicating with John? So let's do, for example, Twitter. And you can just add in their email. And then when we close out for John, here you can then move them according to their progress, their status. So I can move John to interview, I can move him to client, move him to retainer. I can also change the status of John by just going here and then changing this to, for example, done, which will make it disappear. And you can obviously add in your own statuses. So you just click here, edit property, and then you add in everything that you want. Same with this one. You just edit all of these properties. You can add more. If it's per hour, then maybe this would be an hourly rate. So you can just change this according to you and how you manage all of your clients. This is obviously not for massive agencies or anything. This is more for freelancers, more for people who just have their own clients like coaches. And yeah, this is an easy and quick way to just manage your clients. Then we have the meetings database. So here you can add a new meeting and it will automatically load a section where you can add questions, notes, and the meeting agenda in order to prepare for the meeting. And if you want to change this, so let's say you have a strategy call and a discovery call, which is 2 different types of questions, 2 different types of information, then you can just go here, click on this drop down, and then you can edit this one. You can create a new template, just add everything in here. And then you can either just go here and click on this button to add, for example, the discovery call, or you can just open up one of the meetings and then just select whichever template you want to use. And for these meetings, you also have an area to add your meeting link. So you can add like the Zoom link or the Google Meet. You can add it in here. You can add a passcode if that's necessary, a checkbox to mark the meeting as complete. And you can also link this meeting to a client. So I can link this meeting to John. And then if I click inside of John, then here inside of the meeting section, I'll be able to see all of my meetings with John. And for the meetings database, you have a view that shows today's meetings, a view showing all of your upcoming meetings after today, and then also a view showing all of your past meetings grouped according to the clients. So if I go ahead and click on this meeting and mark it as complete, then here inside of history, I'll be able to see all of my completed meetings with John. Then you have your projects. So here I can click on this plus, select John, and then for John, I can add a new project. So I can do this project 1. And then this works exactly the same way as the project and task management system on your dashboard. You can have multiple projects. You can add tasks to those projects. So I can link this task to this project. The only difference is the projects is also linked to a client. So here I can see John has this project, which has this task. And here on the calendar, you'll be able to see all of the tasks. You'll be able to see all of the projects. So if I just open this one up and then just give a date to this project, then it will show up on this calendar. And then you also have a view for the meetings. And all of this information, the meetings, the projects, and the tasks can also be found by just clicking on your client. Next, we have the finance tracker, which is probably the most important one of these templates. This is where you'll be able to manage your income, your expenses, as well as your subscriptions. So inside of this finance tracker, you have a quick overview section here showing your total income, expenses, and profit, as well as if you're using a different currency, you can convert it. And then here you have a nice chart which will show your progress, which will show your profit progress throughout the year. You have your finance tracker, bank accounts, subscriptions, and then also a calendar showing your subscriptions and expenses. So the way you use this finance tracker is here you have a view for today's income and expenses. So to log in your income, you simply just click here to add a new database entry. So let's just do Gumroad as an example. Let's just make this 1K, and then you select your income source. So I'm going to select Gumroad. Your income and expense sources are here at the bottom of the page. So you can add your different income and expense sources. It will also show the total. So as you can see here, it will show the total for Gumroad. And then I can also link a bank account. So if I link PayPal, then here you'll see the balance will be updated. So now it's 1.5K. And you can always just open up these bank accounts and then change your start amount. So when you get this dashboard, you just click inside of the bank accounts and then you just change the start amount, and then it will automatically update according to your income and expense tracker. And you can obviously add more bank accounts. So maybe debit, savings, credit card, business. You can just add everything in here and it will automatically update as you link your income and expenses to your bank accounts. And then for the expenses, it's the exact same. So I can just go here and add a new expense. So let's just do software as an example. And let's just do $50 and then link it to an expense source. So this would be software, link it to a bank account. This would be PayPal. And here you'll be able to see that the total will decrease. And then for this income and expenses, you can go to the income view, which will show your total income for the month. So here, 1K. Expenses, same thing for each month. And then the monthly view will show both the income and expenses. And then here it will show the total profit. And then if I go to the top to the overview, here you'll be able to see your total income, 1K, total expenses, $50, total profit, 950, and then that amount in South African Rand. So if I just click on one of these database entries, I can open this up, and then here for the income amount, which is currently in the US dollar, I can click on edit property, go to number format, and here I just change the number format. So I can change it to Rand, for example, and then it will be South African Rand. I can do the same with this one. And that's pretty much how you just change the currency of your finance tracker. And then for this chart, you have to set it up through a third-party software, which I'll show you how to do in the LifeWays onboarding videos. And for the subscription tracker, here you just click on new to add a new subscription. So let's just do Notion for an example. And I can go here, add an icon, select the Notion logo. I can link the subscription to a bank account. I can link the amount. So let's just do $10. Billing cycle is going to be monthly. The type is going to be software, and then add in a renewal date, which would be today. And then here you'll be able to see your monthly amount and the yearly amount. And then whenever you have the subscription, you just add it as an expense. So here I would just add in Notion, and the expense amount would be $10. The expense source would be software, and the bank account would be PayPal. And then when you've logged your subscription, you just click on the renewal date and you extend it with 1 month. And then here at the bottom, you have your monthly subscriptions, and you can just open this up, which is a button that you can click in order to automatically log all of your expenses. So for example, here, I would change this to Notion. I would add in the date, software, expense, and then instead of doing all of your subscriptions one by one manually, you just click this button and it will automatically add all of your expenses. The next template is a bullet journal, which is an alternative to the habit tracker and productivity journal. Here you have a weekly view. You can double click to just add a new database entry. Here you have a simple habit tracker, which uses checkboxes. So I can just click on this in order to update the progress bar. And here at the bottom, I have a section for my morning, which is today's intention, 3 morning affirmations, 3 things you're grateful for, and what would make the day great. And then same for the evening, highlight of the day, affirmations, gratitude, and then also what made the day great. And then this habit tracker, what you can also do is you can click on this drop down next to new. You can go to this template button, click on this menu, click on repeat, and then you can repeat this daily. So you can say, okay, every day at 6 a.m., I want this database to create a new database entry, and then it will automatically create new database entry. So you can just click on it, open it, and then just run through your bullet journal. Next, we have objectives and key results goal tracker. So here you have your 4 pillars of life: wealth, health, relationships, and spirituality. You have your vision board on the right. and then here you have your goals and then your key results. So the way this works is each pillar can have multiple goals or objectives, and each goal can have multiple key results. So as an example, I can click on this plus, I can select the wealth pillar, and then here I can add in a new goal, which would maybe be get to 10K per month. And then inside of this one, I can either go here, click on add key results, and then add my key results in here, or I can go here, click on plus, and then select that goal, which would be this one. And then here I can add in my key results. And as an example, let's just do this one, get to 10K subscribers. And then for this objective, I can go to this view here inside of my goal for 10,000 subscribers. I can set my current, which might be, let's say, for example, you're at 200 subscribers. The target is 10,000. And then here you'll be able to see your progress. You'll also be able to see this total progress. And obviously, if you have more key results here, it will show the total. Like this one, for example, gain 10 kilograms of muscle. I got these 3 objectives: sign up to a gym, eat 4,000 healthy calories per day, gym 4 days per week. And then here it shows the progress bar, and it will show the total progress for this goal, and then also the total progress for all of the health objectives. So for example, if I move this to the health goal, then here it will show the total health progress. So let's just increase this number. Let's just do 5,200. And here it shows 86% for this one, 52% for this one, and then the total for the health pillar is 69%. And you can also always just open up these pillars in order to see all of the goals, and you can open up these goals in order to see all of the key results. The next template is a skill tree where you'll be able to see your character stats. So you got willpower, energy, clarity, focus, strength, intelligence, combat, and freedom. So this is just a quick way for you to rate yourself. So let's say, for example, willpower is a 7 out of 10, your energy is a 5, clarity might be a 6. You can just rate yourself and then over time try to get all of these to a 10 out of 10. And then here you also have your skills. So this is all the skills that you want to learn, like for example, a planche push-up or flipping a butterfly knife. And then for these, you also have key results. So similar structure as the previous goal tracker, but this is just focused on skills. So here, flip butterfly knife, you got the basic reverse opening, the double rollout, the basic opening, planche push-up, you need to do all of these things, and you can also measure them through key results. The next template is this meal planner where you'll be able to track your macros, plan your meals, manage your recipes, and you also have access to the shopping list page, which you can add as a widget on your phone that you can use to just quickly add new items to your shopping list. And then you can just open up this page when you're at the grocery store. And for the meal planner, you have your calories, protein, fats, and carb goals at the top. You have your macro tracker, your recipes database, and also your ingredients database. So the way this macro tracker works is you would first add in all of your ingredients that you eat on a day-to-day basis, and then you add in your recipes, which is pretty much a collection of those ingredients. So here for the recipes, you can link your ingredients. So here, for example, eggs, you just add in the egg ingredient. 1 egg is roughly 70 calories, 0 carbs, 6 grams of protein, and 5 grams of fat. You can always just scan the QR code on ingredients in order to get the macros, or just Google it, add in all of your ingredients. And then for the recipes, you can then select those ingredients. So here, inside of this database, you just click on new, and then here you can select one of the ingredients. So let's just do eggs, and let's say we're having 4 eggs. Then it will show that 4 eggs is this amount of calories, carbs, proteins, and fats. And then you just add all of the ingredients that you use for this recipe. And then here at the bottom, it will show the total macros for this recipe. And at the bottom, you can always just add more ingredients. You can add instructions and notes, add images or videos or PDFs or whatever you want for this recipe. So you can manage all of your recipes. And then whatever this total is here at the bottom, you just add it into the database entry itself. So the calories, carbs, proteins, and fats. And then on your macro tracker, so if I just go here, it's a new day. So I click on new to add a new day to my macro tracker, open up this database entry, and then here I'll be able to select my ingredients and also select my recipes. So for example, today I had this bacon and eggs recipe. I also had this 400 gram beef patty recipe. This is the total macros. And then here I also maybe had, I had a few grams of biltong. Let's do 50 grams of biltong. And that is this amount. And then you just add these together and you add it in here. So for this one, it's around 2,374 calories. The carbs is about 69. The proteins is 174. And then the fats is just 165. And then as you can see here, we got progress bars for each of them. So you can just click on calories, for example, go to edit property, and then here you can add in your calorie target. So as you can see here, we still need to eat more calories, we need more carbs, but we already got our protein and fat targets for the day. And then all of these will also show up inside of this view, which is grouped by the week, and then they will also show up on the calendar view. So this is a really quick and easy way to just visually see how you're doing in terms of your macros. The next template is this fitness planner where you'll be able to manage your workouts as well as track your body measurements and your weight. So the way this works is you just click on this template button, and then on this one, you just click on these three dots and then click on duplicate, and then it will create a new workout. And then on this template button, you just edit this. So this would be the duplicated template. Here you add in your workout, and here you can define everything. So for example, Monday chest and delts, Tuesday legs, etc. You just select your exercises, which is a separate database. So for example, here I can just add another one. I make this one 4. I select my exercise. So let's just do this one. And then here it will show the total number of sets. And then here I can actually add in my weights. So if I exit out of this, click on new, open this up, and then select this workout. And then here you can just add in the date. So let's just do this week, for example. And then here you can just add in the weights for each of the exercises and the sets. And all of your workouts you can also see on the calendar view. For this progress tracker, you can add a new database entry and add in the day. So let's just do the 6th of May as an example. And then the date, which would be today. Here you can upload a progress picture, which will also show up on this view. So you'll be able to see your progress over the course of a year. And here you can add in your starting weight. So let's say you want to gain weight. So you weigh 60, you want to weigh 80, and your current weight is 70. Then here this progress bar will show 50% with an upwards triangle indicating you want to gain weight. And the same goes for weight loss. So let's say, for example, you weigh 80, you want to get to 60, and your current weight is 65. Then you're 75% there with a downwards triangle indicating that you're losing weight. So this works for both weight gain and weight loss, as well as for both kilograms and pounds. And then inside of the body measurements view, you can track your height, body fat, muscle mass, chest, arms, waist, hips, thighs, and calves. And then here inside of the calendar view, you'll be able to see your weight progress over the following month. And then here at the bottom, you can embed your workout playlist and also define the exercises that you use inside of this workout planner. The last two templates is the notebook, which is just a simple note-taking system. So here you can have notebooks. So for example, notebook 1, and then inside of notebook 1, you can have multiple notes. And then inside of each of these, you can have whatever you want. You can embed content, link videos, add in notes. And this is just a quick way to just manage all of your notes. And the last page is a bookshelf where you can keep track of and manage all of your books. You can add in the page numbers, so like the current and the total, which will show a progress bar. You can add in the author, change the status. You can add in a genre, link the audiobook. And then here you also have different views. So all the books you're currently reading, the status of all of your books, so you can see them in a board view, and you can also see all of your completed books. And then the last two pages inside of the areas database is the phone notes page, which I've already covered, and the archives page, which you can use to just dump all of your inactive pages into. And there you go. That's a full walkthrough of my LifeOS dashboard. Make sure to go to the first link in the description to get this dashboard for yourself and to make a commitment to your future self for a more productive, organized, and fulfilling life. I truly hope that you find this dashboard extremely valuable and that it will help you turn your procrastination into focus. Make sure to give this video a like if you found it valuable. Otherwise, if you didn't, press the dislike button twice just to make sure. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.